I'm not kidding anyone here. I'm terrified to host the Billboard Awards, but you know what? I made a promise to myself that I would start saying yes to things that I always say no to, so here we go. The thing I love about Billboard Music Awards is mainly, I love that it's so inclusive of so many different genres. I mean, there's just so many different charts out there, you know, and it's cool to see not only country, but seeing pop, seeing R&B, seeing hip hop. And then you see these collaborations you never thought would happen, like the collaboration with Demi and Christina I'm excited about. I think that's going to be really cool. Pretty stoked about Salt and Pepper and En Vogue coming. Super excited about Janet Jackson. I mean, I feel like since I'm hosting, I should get to meet her, but whatever. I'm just putting it out there. I'm pretty sure this is going to be like the biggest thing Janet Jackson, like she's like wanting to put on a show, and she always does. I'm like, how are you going to up your A game? Your A game is stellar. But she's going to have a pretty rad performance, and she's Janet Jackson, you know, so she's already an icon. I know we're validating it with an award, but she's already that, especially for my generation, and just women too. Like she was like, you know, one of the first females I listened to growing up that was totally about strength and empowerment and owning your sexuality, and it was just she was a brand new kind of artist, you know, for me specifically growing up. Janet Jackson is this year's Icon Award winner, which I was like, she hasn't already received that? Like, because she's like such an icon. So yeah, I'm excited to see her show. You know what? I'm actually the artist that never knows things. I'm always the artist that like freaks out like when it happens, because I think I'm always busy. I always have a project going on. Like I love being busy. And so literally every time I've gone number one on the Billboard charts, it's always like I find out after everyone, like, but it's usually like a really great moment, like, because people surprise me because they know I don't know yet, and it's always filmed. So it's kind of cool to have that, you know, documented, you know, for like at least my kids. Maybe they'll care, maybe they won't. I don't know. I grew up in a very small town that like we had like one store. So like we didn't have like cool magazines. We didn't have Billboard where I was. Like it's like a very small town, like a couple stoplights when I was a kid. So like I didn't grow up like in that scene. What I did grow up is watching the award show. I grew up just loving all those artists on those, you know, whether it was Mariah or Whitney or Celine or Janet or whoever. Like it was so amazing, like to learn like who hit number one and whose records are doing well. I think, you know, as a kid, especially for my generation, you waited like every Tuesday to go get new music, and it was just an exciting thing, you know, to get the booklet and the liner notes and read who all was involved. And I think that's what's cool about the Billboard Awards. You're validating not only the singers, you know, but the writers of all these songs that have worked so hard, and everybody behind the scenes, the producers, the engineers, like, you know, they all are kind of validated for what they've done. And I think that that's a really positive thing. The Billboard charts are basically, you can see what the fans are resonating with and what they love and maybe what didn't hit or whatever. But it's one of those things that's, it's fascinating because you never know. Like in this industry, like if you knew, you'd bottle it up and sell it, obviously. But like you never know like what's gonna hit. So it's exciting every time because you're like, oh my God, I didn't see it coming. Or you're like, oh man, I thought it'd be higher. And then, you know, so it's always like a different experience. And it keeps artists, you know, being challenged. I think I always am very excited. I hate to be so female about it, but I do love female performers. So I'm pretty stoked about Demi and Christina and Ariana. Although I am a fan of Macklemore, I'm excited about that too. J-Lo, I've always been a big fan of, not only musically, but personally. She's just a nice person. So I love that. So the Billboard Music Awards are live, you know, from Las Vegas. I'm used to being live on TV with like The Voice. I'm not used to being alone on an island hosting a show. So you'd think I'd have some kind of prep, like something prepared, like to like warm up, but really it's just solid prayer is really what I'm going to be doing. Because I know I'm probably going to screw up, but at least I hope it's fun, like in a fun way. Like, or like if I fall, like I'm totally Jennifer Lawrence's like cousin, like I would fall too, just like that. So if I fall, I just want everyone to laugh with me, because it's worse when people go, oh, like, you know, just laugh and enjoy it. Because I'll get up and superstar it and be fine. But I'm pretty nervous. I have no plans to prepare other than like, you know, talk to the writers and be like, hold on, what's up? I'm actually excited about my performance on Billboard because with this record, we've been doing new songs kind of everywhere. And we've only performed this song once, I think. And it's my favorite song to perform live out of every song I've ever recorded. And it's called Whole Lotta Woman. And it's just a really fun song. And, you know, I just wanted something upbeat and fun and like sassy and, you know, because that's who I am. You know, at the end of this award show, what I'm going to walk away with is either like, I'm awesome at this, or like tears. So, or maybe both. Put those worlds together. I honestly don't know. I think I'm so nervous about it that by the time I get there, I'm just going to be like, whatever.